episode 1 of everything you need to know about going to the gym. First episode, we're talking about calories. Calories is important for everyone, even if you're not going to the gym. Just if you want to maintain your weight, lose some fat, calories is going to help you with that. So, first of all, what is calories? Calories, in its entirety, is basically energy. It's what your body uses to turn food into energy so that you can live out your day, basically. Obviously, the less calories you have, the less energy you'll have. The more calories you have, the more energy you'll have. Same with maintenance. If you're maintaining your calories, you'll be on the same energy. And then next, and then we'll go down to your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. So that's made up of a little pyramid. At the bottom is your BMR, which is the calories that you'll burn just lying down, just basically living and breathing, because your body has to work in order to keep your heart, your brain, everything functioning properly. After that is your NEAT, which is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which is basically your movement that you don't think of while you're just doing things. So like basically the non-specific activity movement. So let's say I'm sitting down and I'm fidgeting my fingers, or I'm fidgeting my toes, or I'm looking around everywhere. That's your NEAT. Or if you're parking in a parking lot and you're walking, to the shops or whatever, that's your NEAT. Your NEAT is the exercise that you do without actually thinking about it. And then next you have your EAT, which is your exercise activity thermogenesis. That's like when you go on your runs, your gym, your walks, whatever. If you're purposely setting out to burn calories or to do exercise, that's your EAT. Then after that you have your TEF, which is your thermic effect of food. That's basically how much energy it takes your body to burn the calories that you've eaten to be able to digest it properly. So the highest thermic effect of food macronutrient is protein, then carbs, then fat. So all of that combined is your TDEE, which is your maintenance calories basically. After that, you got your different states that you can be in. So if you're eating the same amount of calories as you're burning, you're at a maintenance. If you're eating more calories than you're burning, you're at a surplus, which will then lead to body fat gain and most likely muscle gain if you're in the gym doing resistance training as well. Then if you're in a deficit, you're eating less calories than you're eating less calories than what you're expending, which will basically put you in a deficit, which is gonna make you lose fat, and depending on how aggressive it is, maybe lose muscle, maybe only maintain muscle, maybe even put some muscle on, depending on how big that deficit is. Next, we move on to how to know what state you're in. So, easy way to tell right off the bat is your weight going up or down or staying the same. Now, obviously, you can't look day to day because water weight, water retention, carbs, sleep, a bunch of different things, cortisol, everything comes together and your weight's going to fluctuate each day pretty much no matter what. But if you look over like maybe a week and your weight is staying pretty much the same, you're in a maintenance. If your weight's decreasing slightly, you're in a deficit. If your weight's increasing slightly, you're in a surplus. Another way you can tell is by how you're feeling. If you're feeling tired all the time, or if you've always got energy, that's a pretty good indicator of if you're in a bit of a deficit or a surplus. How people get it wrong. Most people know about calories, but not everyone really knows exactly how it works or why they're not losing weight when they think they should be. First things first, liquids. If you're drinking full sugar Coke, full sugar soda, if you're eating a bunch of lollies, chocolate, all that, full of sugar, full of calories that you might not expect, like even just a small chocolate bar is 150 to even 250, maybe even 300 calories. So you got to be very careful of, that was liquids and snacks, I just put them both together, but basically you got to be careful of those calories that you don't think might be there. So in the full sugar sodas, it's a bunch of sugar, a bunch of carbs, a bunch of extra calories that you could just be not having if you're having diet soda or just straight up water. And then again with the snacks, your chocolates, your lollies, your sweets, whatever, it all packs up pretty quickly. And then even just like if you're going for some healthier snacks like nuts or like some peanut butter or like some bread, those calories add up very quickly as well because you can eat a lot of it without feeling very satiated. So even though it's just a snack, it can end up being a whole meal or even two worth of calories because you don't know like exactly how many calories are in it yet. Then you got your oils, which is obviously just your rice bran oil, your olive oil. The oil that you cook with adds a lot of calories onto your food that you're already eating. So let's say I'm eating a 500 calorie steak, and I put like 200 mil of oil with it, which is obviously like massive. It's a lot. But let's say I put 200 mil of oil with it. That steak is going to soak up a bunch of that oil, and you're going to be eating extra fat and extra calories from that oil that you might not be tracking with your steak. Then next, obviously your activity and your movement. If you're sitting around doing nothing all day, you're not going to be burning any calories. You're pretty much always going to be in a surplus. One McDonald's meal is basically going to put you in a surplus if you're not doing any activity. So you've got to make sure you're getting on walks, you're going to doing some resistance training, doing some running, doing some bike riding, doing something to make sure you're burning extra calories so that you can put yourself either in that surplus or even just to stay healthy. Then we got the last one, how to fix it. Pretty simple, track your calories. You got to track your calories. If you're not tracking calories and you're eyeballing everything, you got no idea what's going on. You don't know exactly what's happening. You could think a steak's 300 calories when it's 600 calories, and that's just right there, 300 calories. That's going to push you way over what you're intending to be. And along with that, making sure you track it accurately. Include the oils that you're eating. Include the extra little pieces of bread or the extra little like spoon of peanut butter that you're eating when you're putting it on. I know a lot for me, when I was eating peanut butter bread, I'd be spread on the peanut butter, and then the peanut butter that's left on the knife I'd eat. And then I'd even sometimes get a spoon and have like a couple of spoonfuls of that peanut butter too. So you've got to make sure you're tracking accurately. If you're not tracking accurately, there's no point in tracking because you've got no idea what you're doing either way. But basically, that's calories. In short, calories is energy. You got to make sure that you're either eating less energy or more energy or the same amount of energy depending on what you want your weight to do, whether you want to lose some fat, gain some fat, maintain your fat. How does it go wrong? Liquids, snacks, oils, and movement are the main reasons that you won't be losing weight the way that you think you should be. And how do you fix it? You track your calories. I hope this helps. That is episode 1 of Everything You Need to Know.